Hey, this is Heather Kiefer, and you're listening to the Moto X Pod Show.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Robbie Wageman, and you're listening to the Moto X Pod Show.
Welcome to the Moto X Pod Show, starring Darkside. His co-host Scotty, sometimes TJ.
What is up? Another week, another Moto X Pod Show. This week, episode 231 is here. Just growing and growing, ever closer to 232, Scotty. Almost to 232. We are brought to you by our title sponsor, Cherubies USA. For decades, Cherubies USA has been the leader in moto plastic and accessories with products that fit perfect every time, look great, and last. Cherubies has what you need. Man, whether you guys want full plastic kits, some individual pieces, hand guards, chain guides, and sliders, or anything else they offer. Visit CherubysUSA.com and support our title sponsor. Racetech on board with us. Visit racetech.com for more info and use promo code MotoXPod to save. Fly Racing, X Brand Goggles, Works Connection. Another promo code there, Works Connection. Use that promo code MotoXPod20. Get yourself a whole shot device. Torque One Racing. We got a new Torque One Racing commercial that we'll throw in tonight that Scotty did. You guys let me know what you think, because I've gotten a lot of feedback on the ones that the girls did. A lot of feedback on those, so that's cool. Our Jerky on board. We have the Our Jerky Beef of the Week coming up in just like literally in a moment. I am freaking really irritated. I have a beef of the week.
You're beefed up?
I am beefed. So we're going to get to that thing right off the bat. Promo code MotoXPod21 to save on some jerky from the Wageman brothers at eatourjerky.com. Don't forget about Berm Lords graphics and jersey ID, as well as Shock Socks, Williams Moto Works, Extreme Colors for helmet painting, Blood Lubricants, the best oil on the planet. We've got a discussion to have about that in a few minutes. Promo code MotoX at Blood Lubricants. Power Band Racing. If you guys got WP suspension, you're over out on the East Coast, hit me up. I'll get you guys in contact with Power Band Racing. True Fusion Sports and our newest sponsor, Grill Your Ass Off. Promo code MotoXPod to save. We've got some giveaways. We've got some winners that we're going to talk about. We're going to try to get to our typical intro type thing, which we're going to officially, I think, name for now the X Brand Lucid Conversation Flow segment. That's going to be normally right now.
What about just lucid conversations?
Whatever, Scotty. Just throwing off everything.
Oh, is me throwing off everything?
You're throwing it off.
You were stuttering saying it.
All right, Scotty. Man, you're about to be.
Yeah, I'm sure. I should probably keep my mouth shut.
You're about to be sent home.
Yeah.
Anyway, but we need to get to this Our Jerky Beef of the Week. You guys are going to hear the phone ring because I don't have a way to mute it right now. Just hang tight. I'm fucking in the mouth. Hopefully this guy answers so I can have some words. Sorry about the language.
Yo.
Daniel Blair. Daniel Blair.
What?
I got a beef with you, man. Our Jerky Beef of the Week. Wageman Brothers have a killer jerky company.
Oh.
EatOurJerky.com.
Hold on.
Wait. You just wait a minute, Daniel Blair.
No, you can do your read twice. I answered the phone thinking it was just you, dude. You got into presenter voice right away. I didn't know I was on. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, you just hang tight, man.
All right.
Tonight, for the Our Jerky Beef of the Week, hit up EatOurJerky.com. Use that promo code MotoXPod21. Get you some 7 Deuce black pepper beef brisket. Have that on hand for the next Supercross race where you can hear this gentleman run his mouth. Daniel Blair, I'm mad at you. I'm mad at you right now, dude.
I know why you are, and that's ridiculous. It's not my fault.
I heard your main event moto podcast. I'm sure nobody else listened, but no. Dude. Yeah, you knew I was kind of.
Wait. Are you beefing at me because of what I said on my pod, or are you beefing on me because of what I think you're mad at that was not my fault?
So
confused.
legitimately, I guess you did think I was mad. I assume you really thought I was mad. I was not really
I
mad.
would have been mad if I was you. I would
Well-
have been mad. I know you're all pissed.
I was mad, but not specifically at Daniel Blair. Although you did
All right.
give Steve permission to ask 3 questions.
Well, he recognized himself as main event moto. I mean, he earned them. He earned them.
Well, what about the
No.
what about the official main event moto guy, Toolman Dan, that got 1?
Yeah, he didn't. He got cut out of the 250 one also. He didn't get any.
Oh, I thought he got 1 on the 450 this week. No,
He got 1 on the 450 with, what did he ask?
it was probably
Who was
something
up
with Jason
there?
Anderson. It was probably something to do with Kawasaki.
No.
No, it
it
wasn't.
was Sexton.
Yeah.
It was Sexton. It was about him going win or bust, and Chase kind of got mad at that. He's like, I wouldn't say bust.
Way to go,
So I
Toolman
thought that
Dan.
was kind of cool. But no, Dan got bumped from the 251 too,
Yeah.
and he was mad at me too. And I'm like, bro, it's your second one ever. Don't get all mad at me because you didn't make the cut this week. But no, you know what happened.
I do.
There was live attendance, so we were trying to like reintroduce that. Steve comes right out with, "Hey, can I ask 3?" And I'm thinking to myself, dude, it's like live on the press conference. If I say no, dude, Pulp Army's gonna flip out and think it's like, oh, Daniel doesn't want to let Steve. And it's like, so he kind of got me in a rock and a hard place. I'm like, you know what, go ahead.
Yeah.
And then when he did it again for the 251, then I mean, he made a joke, so I kind of made a joke with it. But no, it was I guess kind of an accident on time. And then to be honest with you, the riders were yappy this week. They were answering way longer too. I'm looking at my clock going, dude, these guys are going forever. So just a perfectly terrible storm for you, dude. Not my fault.
Yeah, I was like, in a normal press conference, like late at night, I've probably been not too upset. But I was at a local event, like Scotty here's with me. We had a free race at Swan. They put on a free race. I ran out there to do some X brand stuff, and I was like, man, I got to go home. I got to watch the race live because Sean likes us to do the press conference. So I left this live event, and I think Toolman Dan was at the track too and cut his day early. And then we got like kind of, we got it nixed. We got nixed.
He didn't
a
really
little
want
bit.
to be there, DB. Don't worry.
Yeah, that was his excuse to get out of there. And then now he's all acting mad. When he's not mad, he's stoked.
Right.
He's lying.
Yeah, I was frustrated. I mean, Weeds texted me afterward. He's like, ooh, I saw the disappointment or the frustration on your face. I was like, yeah, I felt like I had a really good question for Pierce. And yeah, I was not happy.
Hey, so what is this called? This is beef? You got beef with me? That's what it is?
Yeah, the R Jerky beef of the week.
Okay. I got some no beef for you.
Okay. Okay, what's that mean?
How about your boy Debo, dude?
What?
You're gonna lose him. You're gonna lose him.
Oh, 49ers. You said Debo. I was thinking of Denny Stevenson. I was like, what are you talking about?
No.
Yeah,
Debo Samuel. You're gonna lose him, dude.
I know. My guys at work were asking me about, of course they're Cowboy fans, so they're like, "Oh, you're losing your guys." Like, I don't even care. Like, it just I can't get into the preseason stuff like that anymore, man.
That's fine. Hey, let's change the subject. Your listeners will get mad at me every time I bring up football, dude. I get yelled at. So I made a joke. Let's move on.
All right.
So
You
is
got
that
me.
it?
Go
Am
Cowboys.
I on to get yelled at, or do you want to talk about anything, or is that it?
Yeah, I just wanted to bitch about the press conference. I wanted, you know what I need? I need a public apology, and I need to know how you're going to fix this. Ooh, dead silence.
Yeah, hold on. Hold on.
Okay.
I got you.
All right.
I got you.
Okay.
You'll find out on Saturday at the presser. I
Oh,
got you.
Oh, shit. I either won't get any questions or I don't know. Dude, and so obviously, right, you joked.
I got you.
Steve said, he was with Main Event, right? And I know Toolman Dan was lining up to say he was part of Pulp. And, I was like, okay, I'm going in. So I had my intro all ready. I was going to go Jamie so I don't get in trouble. Jamie from the Moto X Pod Show, Pulp Mix Wrap-Up Show, Racer X, Main Event sometimes. I had this long intro. And then I was going to say, hey, real quick, I want to say thanks or congrats to Hunter's little brother. And then I was going to go into a question on Pierce. That was I was ready to go.
Wow. So essentially what you're saying is I just saved your credential, because if you would have done that, Sean would have pulled your card for sure. So
For what?
Is this the R Jerky thank you segment? Is that what you're calling me to say thank you?
No, that would be a Cherby's thank you.
For cutting you off before you had a chance to lose your credential by pulling a stunt like that in the presser?
What would I lose my credential? That was a great intro.
Nah, I know Sean well enough. He would not have been cool with that dude. So I was looking out for you, bro. It was intuition.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not saying thank you.
So never mind. Hey, never mind what I was gonna do for you on Saturday. We're just back to normal now. We're even.
Okay. All right. Man, so you back home, man? Or you're on your way back home from East Coast?
Yeah, I was in New York City for a couple days, and then just flew home today, and I got a big old lasagna waiting for me at home. I haven't seen my wife and kids. Well, I was last week. I stayed back after Atlanta too for a couple days, so I've literally been home one day in like 2 weeks. So
that sucks.
I mean, normally I come home and I'm excited because I love to come home to my family, but I'm so tired that I'm 50-50. But right now I'm charging through. I'm like so pumped to see my family. I just haven't seen them much lately. So
yeah, man.
And Evan got his boot off of his leg, so he's like running around now. We can go out and play football and stuff. So
awesome.
Yeah, he's been messed up for like 6 months. He had the femur, then he came back and a couple days into riding broke his tib. So he just got the boot off and now he's running through the house, and I'm like, I just can't wait to get home.
Kid's growing up too, man. I see pictures of him and it's like, good Lord, man.
Yeah, he's got a mustache.
Right. He's almost taller than you.
He does. I know. Well, he'll be as big as Maggie pretty soon, and then like somehow he's got a little mustache going, and it's like legit. It's weird looking. He just turned 12. I don't understand it. I mean, it takes me 2 weeks to grow a mustache. So I don't know what's going on. I think he's mine. I'm pretty sure he's mine, but there's some weird genetics in there somewhere because the kid's got a mustache, and that's ridiculous.
That's awesome. I love it. Well, hey man, before I let you go, everything going good with the Patreon stuff?
Everything's great. Main Event Moto is good. The broadcast is good. Race Day Live. I mean, it's getting like a little sad because the season's almost over. And I mean, I'm obviously on a physical note, I'm like ready for the break and ready to, be home, but kind of getting emotional end of the year. I mean, this thing flew by. So it's like, I know. It's been great though. God, it's been a fun season, but it's almost done, man.
Two to go.
Snap a finger and it's over.
Yeah, well, outdoors though, it's right. I know you love outdoors, or you like watching it. You just don't want to race it.
Oh, I love. I mean, hey, I may be at a couple this year.
Cool.
Not doing TV, but we're working on a little plan behind the scenes, so I might end up being at a couple outdoors this year doing something different. Well, I'll just leave it at that. I might be there doing something.
All right.
Not TV related.
All right. Well, we'll have to talk off air so I can get some more details. But
call me in a commercial break or something.
All right, man. Hey, I appreciate you answering.
All right, bro. Sorry for pissing you off. I mean, my bad, but I felt like I saved your credentials, so I think we're even.
Maybe so. I still want to. I want to find out. I still want whatever you're going to do Saturday. I want to hear it. So.
I'm still going to do it.
Oh, damn it! All right, go home. Watch.
No, it's good. It's a good thing.
Go home and watch MTV.
Makeup call. Goodbye.
See ya. Bye. I don't think he caught the MTV.
No, but maybe he did. He was like, yeah, bye.
Yeah. Do you know what that's from?
Uh-uh.
So in the race broadcast, he went out in the pits and was talking about Rocky Mountain MT. See, ATV, MC ATV, and he said Rocky Mountain MTV.
Yeah,
on
that's
TV.
Funny.
So anyway, that was great, Daniel Blair. All right. Yeah. So I guess we need to get to this. What do you want to call it? The X Brand Lucid. What'd you say? You already forgot.
You know what's funny is G-Rock said silent lucidity too.
Yeah, well, we can't be silent.
I know, that's what I told him. I told him this. It's because it's silent. What did I say?
I don't know, Scotty.
Lucid conversations.
Fine. God dang it.
No. The lucid. Well, you added an extra word to it.
Shut up.
Lucid convo.
So we are now going to get into quickly because we have 15 minutes before. Oh yeah, Justin Cooper tonight, Austin Forkner tonight. Great intro that I skipped because I wanted to get to Daniel Blair. But tonight we are going to introduce this opening segment that we're going to call the X Brand Lucid Conversations, brought to you by X Brand Goggles and the new Lucid Goggle with Wave Latch, quick release lens system, race face 4-layer factory foam, and the Lucid Extreme Definition Optics. Check your local dealers. Distributed by WPS. X Brand. #Clear Vision. Well, let's start with, I was going to talk about Foxborough a little bit, but all the other podcasts have done that, so we may still do that. I want to talk about something that happened this weekend. We brag and we promote the crap out of one of our best sponsors, Blood Lubricant. Some of the best oil on the planet, some of the best protection on the planet. But you know what it doesn't protect from, Scotty?
Idiots like me.
Stop acting like an idiot. You're the idiot.
Don't be an idiot. Changed my life.
That is usually saved for TJ.
No, I'll wear that crown this weekend.
Tell our listeners what you did at the free race at Swan. Go ahead.
Well, it's not necessarily what I did at the free race at Swan. It's what I did preparing for the free race at Swan that cost me my free race at Swan. So I made a rookie mistake. I did not go back and do my finishing tighten on my oil drain bolt. I just used the socket with the connector, hand tighten it, got on the phone, forgot to come back and tighten it. Oil drain bolt came out, and I'm probably gonna have to. I'm gonna have to rebuild my whole motor because of it. So, yeah, Blood Lubricants is great. I will put it in there again, but it doesn't protect anything if it's not in the bike.
It's dry.
Yeah,
but you went. You said it went a while.
Yeah, I did 2 practice sessions on it.
So yeah, Blood. It did protect your bike for
Yeah.
a couple motos.
No, it was completely drained when I realized.
Wow, dude. So I mean, you're gonna have to hit up Williams Motorworks.
Yeah, I'm hoping for some kind of help somehow. I will figure something
Well, yeah.
out.
Once you get into it, maybe we'll be able to work something out with some of our sponsors and
I hope
get some
so.
parts. Maybe Race Tech will help you out. I don't know. They do engine work.
I will take anything that I can get. So
Well, I gave you some Blood Lubricants and you wasted that.
Yep,
Just dumped it right out.
fresh bottle and a half, just right on the ground.
Dumped it right out.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. I don't know. You know what? I remember.
I've been changing oil since I was 12 years
Yeah.
old, and I picked the one weekend where it's a free race to do it on.
What camera's on right now? You got one on me?
It's on both of us.
Okay, put it on me real quick.
Okay.
1992 or 93-ish, I rebuilt one of my bikes. And I was a teenager, right? I was in high school. I threw this bike together, redid the top end. I did a piston ring. I took off to ride to my girlfriend's house. Like I was cutting across town and where the town we live in on the road, and I got about a mile away, and the bike's and if it's on camera right now, that is why. This is still it.
Yeah, I've had something happen
Burn a
like
hole
that.
right through my piston. You can, I don't know, on camera you guys can see, totally melted the ring to the piston because I forgot to put oil back. I didn't. Yeah, it was just I didn't.
I put oil back into it. That wasn't the problem.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
I just threw the bike back together. I didn't mix the gas. I didn't put the tranny fluid in or whatever. Overheated the bitch. And hell, I may have left the drain bolt out too. I can't remember, but
damn, if you that's even worse.
Yeah, I don't even remember. I just remember like I had to push the bike home, and I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, no, it was definitely that was definitely like the dumbest thing I've ever done. I've never I've never claimed to be any sort of mechanic. I don't trust myself to do anything more than basic maintenance, and now I don't even hardly trust myself to do that because apparently I could easily fuck up an oil change.
Wow, the language.
Yeah, that's
sorry,
the third time I've said the F word on this show since I've been here for like almost 2 years.
Earlier.
Yeah, you did, but
it's expected from me.
Yeah, so that's how fired up I am.
Right.
Oh, dude, like,
way to go.
I was like, so it was making a noise. I go get another drain bolt from Munn. Munn Racing was up there, and they had a drain bolt. Went and bought a drain bolt, put it back in. JT had some blood, poured some blood back into it, and then tried to start it again, and it just had like a tick to it, like a real bad tick to it.
That's what I heard in our group conversation.
Yeah, I had a bad tick to it, and then like after that, they were like, "Yeah, it's fucked." And then I was like, damn.
A bunch of us have a group text that you're not in.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I heard all about it.
Oh yeah.
I saw the GoFundMe that your buddy started. Yeah, you want to talk about that, just in case anybody wants to help you out?
Oh, that yeah.
I mean, our listeners are pretty rad.
We were just sitting there joking around about it with my buddies that were all hanging out at the races with us, and my one buddy Spencer was like, "We should start a GoFundMe," and I was like, "Oh, that'd be hilarious!" And like, yeah, let's do it. And then he was just sitting there on his phone, and he started one, and took a picture of me over my bike where it looks like I'm crying, and which I almost did cry at one. Like I was I was so disappointed in myself. Like, I took my buddy's trailer out there. I stayed the night, Friday night and Saturday night. I was out there all weekend. We're going to be out there all weekend. This is like Saturday at like 1 o'clock. My whole weekend's just over. Thank God one of our buddies, Chase Moore, let me ride his bike on Sunday, so I at least got to participate. And I had fun doing that. That was cool, but definitely not how I wanted the weekend to go.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, if you guys want to help out Scotty, who right now has $5 raised for his $8,000.
It's not going to be $8,000.
That's what it says. Goal.
Oh, I don't know why you put $8,000 on there.
So far, you have $5 raised. Go to GoFundMe, and it's titled Tragic Scotty.
Yeah.
There's a picture of him crying over his motorcycle. I mean, yeah, if you guys want to help out, like, that'd be cool. Let's see, maybe by the end of the show. Just
see if it's gone up.
We only have a couple probably on YouTube.
If y'all feel,
but
feel sorry for for Scotty.
Help Scotty out. So we'll see what it just went to -10.
Just negative.
Somebody took $15 from you. But anyway, Tragic Scotty, GoFundMe, poor guy, blew his bike up. More positive news.
Yeah.
Got a couple winners for our Grill Your Ass Off sample packs. We had a trivia contest. How would Chiz do this weekend? He got 5th. Way to go, Chiz. Whole bunch of people picked 5th, so I just put all the names in the hat. And the guy I picked, all the emails, is John Kasula. I hope I said that right. He emailed us. John, I will give you an email back. And if you don't hear from me by tomorrow, I don't know when you listen, hit me back up. But I'll get your information. I'll get you some Grill Your Ass Off out. And then we had the YouTube trivia contest. It was something, I don't know, it was like a race at Charlotte what was your GP question? I can't remember what the question was now.
Oh, it was when was the non-GP race at Charlotte? When was the last non-GP race at Charlotte, and who got 5th place?
So we had a few people that got that one right.
Yeah.
And it was 1998. Steve Lamson got Works Connection. Steve Lamson got 5th place. The winner I pulled for that one is Josh Childers. So if he's on YouTube right now, I probably have your contact information because I feel like you've won stuff before. Send it to me again. Email me your address, and I will get some out. So those are the 2 winners there. You want to talk about Foxborough a little bit before?
Yeah. Let's get into it a little bit.
Couple minutes, but
yeah.
Justin Cooper's ready to go in 10 or 5. Okay, so Austin, who's going to be on? Let's not even talk about Austin. He's going to be on in a little bit. Jet wins the championship.
Yeah.
Kid, man, 16 years old, right? I mean,
he's not 16, 18.
18, I mean, yeah, sorry. Went pro at 16. Duh, that was stupid. Way to go, Scotty.
Oh, yeah, it's my fault.
Yeah, it was your fault. 18 years old, wins this championship. Kind of expected, but okay, go ahead.
Someone said, I'll give you the money in my dryer. I think it's about 13 cents.
$5.13. You're getting there. I mean, you got to PayPal that, right? I mean, you got to pay. I mean, I don't know.
I saw one the other day where the dude went and paid his high auto sales tax. It took like 3,000 pennies. He brought like wheelbarrows of pennies, and they had to sit there and hand count every penny.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a lot of effort.
Just to stick it to somebody.
Yeah, you're really sticking it to them. They're still getting their money.
Yeah.
But okay. So what do you think though, man? Jet, he kind of gets that weight's already lifted, right? He wins this championship. He's won outdoor, won the indoor. I mean, you think this thing just keeps rolling? Like everybody thinks he's going to go win outdoors again? Or what?
I think that he's already proven himself as to be a success, and no matter what, he's pretty much solidified his a 450 career. Somebody will give him a ride. Now,
yeah.
Oh yeah. So
I think he should just retire now.
The question is,
stop with your head.
I think if he goes into that, he wins the outdoor last year. He goes in, he wins his coast this year, even though all of his competition was pretty much out of it. So, but if he goes into the outdoor season and wins that again, I think that puts him back. I think that you can really start the generational talent conversation debate that everybody seems to have about him. I think if he does those 3 titles in a row like that at 18 to 19 years old, I think you can start putting him in that one of the best 125 guys or lights guys, 250 guys, whatever you want to call it. Best younger guy. I mean, that's pretty much that's on par with anything any of the other ones did, like
Kennard
or Poto or Dungy or all those guys.
Well,
Carmichael,
We're going to
Stewart.
have a couple guys on tonight that may have
Wanted
something to
you
say about
that,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And actually, we already got Colton Nichols scheduled for next week. That's another guy that probably has some things to say about that. But and then obviously our boy Chiz
Dude,
winning his heat race.
Yeah, that was cool.
Dude, that was so
He's
sick.
never won
And
a
he
heat
threw
race.
it away for a minute.
Has he ever won a heat race in his
No.
career?
Mm-mm. And I was like in full panic mode when he went down. I was like, okay, I'm on the edge of my seat, trying to holding my breath almost, like get up. But he pulled it off. Chiz.
Yeah.
Chiz is the best.
Yeah, he
And he's
fell
in.
and still got it.
He's in for the Yamaha LCQ race.
Starting backwards, right?
I think he's starting backwards. Steve said last night starting on the second row, but I think he's backwards. Maybe.
Is it gonna be 2 rows?
That's what I don't know. That's what he said. I don't.
Dude, he's gonna
But,
have.
I mean, Steve.
He's gonna have 40
yeah.
bikes on that Supercross track.
Steve also said Jason Lawrence last night has won 5 races this year. So I mean, Steve doesn't really know what the hell he's talking about half the time.
Jason.
Yeah,
That's
I
funny.
got on to Steve a little bit too last night about the press conference because that was on him a little bit. He legitimately didn't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, we don't have a whole lot of time. Like I said, it's almost time to go into Justin Cooper. So what stood out though to you? Like again, Jason Anderson, right? 5th win of the year. It's just that what could have been, man. When I think back, like the little things that happened to him, like I feel like he probably could be. I shouldn't say should be, but he could easily be the points leader right now.
Yeah, well, like I was saying on the beginning, well, when we were talking about pre-show,
Yeah.
I was saying that this kind of feels like how the 2018 championship went for Jason Anderson. He was the most consistent one that whole season. He had a couple of wins, which he's had more wins this season than he did that season. And Tomac was the one that had the couple of mistakes and a couple of DNFs that just put him out of reach for the championship. But he was clearly probably the faster guy. Everybody would say that he was faster than Tomac. I mean, faster than Anderson. This season, you could argue that Anderson, for the majority, would be considered each and week in, week out, probably faster than Tomac a lot of the weekends.
A lot of the times. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
you could say like he was faster, and so I think their roles kind of reversed. Where I think
from 18.
yeah, from 18, and I think that a couple of things go different, and Anderson would definitely have been right there. I think without the DNF in Detroit, he starts pulling off a couple of these wins, and Tomac couldn't have dropped to 7th in that point. That if he had done that this weekend without that DNF at Detroit that Anderson had, then there's no that would have made the points battle like 8-9 points going in the last 2 rounds. It would have been a
closer.
fight.
It should be a lot closer. It's kind of a bummer that it turned out the way it did. Anyway, we need to get to Justin Cooper. We need to go first commercial break. Before we do, I want to give a quick shout out to Mike at Moto Tape. Hooked me up, sent me some stuff for my YZ250.
I did that with my YZ250. I just use skateboard grip tape.
Yeah. You can do that. But he sent me some of their pre-cut stuff, Moto
That's
Tape.
nice.
So I appreciate Mike for dude. It's really it's pretty cool. People giving you stuff like for.
Dude, I know. Like they just
it's pretty neat. Yeah, like we'll talk about the other stuff at the end of the show. Got to go. Be back with Justin Cooper. What is it?
people were saying Danger Boy will dethrone Jet, and then
Ryder D.
Ryder D.
My guy, yeah, I'm going with Ryder D.
You think who would you say is a hotter prospect, Ryder D or Danger Boy?
I think Danger Boy for social media presence.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Ryder D for skill.
I saw that Hymus won by like 35 seconds or something like that.
Oh yeah. It's ridiculous.
Like, is that really why is only 1 or 2 of the really fast guys racing that?
I don't know. I haven't really I haven't been.
Like, is that really the guys that are coming up? Like, they're 35 seconds.
Star's got some guys like Romano.
Yeah.
A couple other guys that should be. You'd think
Like, yeah. Why? Like, where is all those guys?
Where is all those guys? I don't know.
Where those guys? Where them guys at?
Where's all they be?
Where do they
Where
be?
they be? All right, I'm adding your new commercial to the end of the first commercial segment. So,
Sweet.
Okay, let's get Justin on.
Hello.
Jay Coop, what's up, dude?
Hey.
You ready to get into this?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's hit record. All right, guys, our first guest of the night. He's on the line tonight. He's brought to you by Racetech Suspension. Racetech is the world's largest aftermarket suspension modification company. All Racetech products include award-winning gold valves and settings are 100% guaranteed and made in the USA. Visit racetech.com for more info and use promo code MOTOXPOD to save. Tonight, Racetech brings us Star Yamaha, Justin Cooper. Dude, what's going on, man?
Yeah, just getting back into the swing of things, obviously here. So, yeah, that's been exciting, and just really glad to be back. So,
yeah, I saw you made a post.
That's about it.
You made a post the other day. It said 93 days off the bike. That's a long. Well, I've been off the bike a lot longer than that, but for you, that sucks.
Yeah, but to be honest, it should have been way longer.
Oh yeah.
It should have been 5 to 6 months, but we found the right doctor, and got a bunch of opinions on it, like the injury itself, and we went with this doctor that's kind of teaches it across the country, and he was able to do kind of an external kind of surgery, so I have nothing left in my foot hardware wise, so it's just a normal foot again. But it is a slow injury to come back from. I thought it'd be a little bit quicker once I got back on the bike, but I haven't even gotten rid of my limp yet. So it's been tough in that part, but it's nice that I've pretty much got my fitness back. So that's been super surprising to me. I've been working really hard off the bike before I got back riding, but yeah, now all the pieces are back together, and I've been doing a lot of work on the bike, so it's been fun.
So you broke and dislocated 4 metatarsals. Tell me what metatarsals are, what they do. If you know.
So the metatarsals, the center of your foot is a bunch of bone there, and then you have the metatarsals that are basically your fingers but on your feet.
Okay.
So they run up to the toes, and there's 5 of them there, and there's a couple knuckles on the way up, obviously, into the toes. But those are all the metatarsals, and where they connect to the center of the foot, that basically they shifted to the right. So it broke off from the middle of the foot, and they call it a Lisfranc injury. So I didn't even see anything wrong with the x-rays at first.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, okay, my whole foot's to the right. Like it broke off, and they were all unstable. And when we got into surgery, he said they all were like, just like they all broke off. There wasn't anything left. So
wow,
all of them had to be stabilized. And I ended up breaking a few. I had a few fractures in the middle of my foot as well. So overall, it was like 9 or 10 bones that had to be reconstructed. So Jeez. It was basically a bunch of, I couldn't even put weight on it for I think a total of 8 weeks. So it was just a long one. I mean, I'm just happy to be where I'm at now, and I think a couple more weeks, I think I'm gonna be feeling like really good, and I think this thing's gonna make 100% recovery. So that's been the most exciting part, and I'm looking forward to how it's going to feel in like a month's time.
Yeah, I'll bet. I got one more question on this injury that I want to ask you about. So I luckily have never had, I don't remember what they call the rods that go into your foot, or when you break something like that. And there's a term for those things.
Pins.
Okay, or they just called them pins. Okay, I thought they had a different word. The ones that come out, that's what I'm talking about, right? Those are, they call those pins?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So when they pull those out, like how do they thread in? Like how do they come out of your bone, out of your skin? I've always wondered like that. Like, I mean, what does it feel like?
So they can do it 2 ways.
Okay.
I broke my hand about probably like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I got 5 pins in my left hand through the knuckles. And those, they basically, when they're ready to come out after like everything's stable, like 5 to 6 weeks, they grab some pliers and they break it free by wiggling it. And then they can just slide out. It feels pretty weird, but, not painful or anything like that. It's just a little bit cringy, I guess. Feeling.
Okay, yeah, like just
so,
like, I would think it'd almost be like turn your stomach, like you almost want to throw up, but don't maybe.
Yeah, you don't want to look really. It's they have to pull on them pretty hard, but they end up just sliding out once they get like loosened up and free. So I thought that was what was going to go on for my foot. So I was like, oh, this will be no big deal. And then, so I go in to get them removed, and there's the external fixation. So they like Allen key like the top pieces out. So it's just 12 pins left.
Okay.
Just sticking out of my foot. And I didn't know this, but those were threaded in.
Okay.
So, yeah. So he ended up numbing it about 30 times. Like he stuck me like 30 times with a needle.
Yeah. Okay. I'm with you.
So, yeah. So he's like, all right, that'll be the hard part. And I'm like, okay. So then he gets a mini T handle. And I'm like, oh, I didn't well, at this point, to be honest, I wasn't watching.
Sure.
I was just lying back, and, I knew it'd be over pretty soon. But yeah, I felt him crank on it, and it kind of so when they've been in there for like 8 weeks. So when he breaks them loose to the left, it sent like a shock through my foot, and I ended up it was like almost like when someone hits your knee and it like kicks.
Yeah.
It was kind of like that. So my dad goes, oh, I didn't know they were screws. And then I heard that, and I kind of freaked out. And it wasn't comfortable, but it was like 3 minutes long, and he was able to get them out pretty quick.
Need to call Mohead in with his toolkit.
Straight up, it was pretty crazy. But
God, that sounds so bad.
It was a good. I wouldn't have done it any other way. It was a great surgery, and for what it was.
Fixator, I think, is what I was thinking of when you said pins. I guess that whole contraption, I think that's what they call it, something like that. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, external fixator.
That's what I was thinking.
There was
of.
like 3 of them.
Yeah. Oof, man. All right, go ahead, Scotty.
All righty. So with this break from being in the spotlight, and all of the drama that comes with being a part of a Supercross championship, has that given you like a relief and like a way to like kind of reset mentally, or do you feel like you've got like a fresh start coming back out of this?
Yeah, so I haven't missed a race since 2018. So this was I've been doing all this racing for these last 3 or 4 years, the nations, all that kind of stuff. And I really only gotten 2 weeks at a time off the bike on the off season. And it's really looking, I guess when I got hurt, I was like, the only good thing that's going to come out of this is I'm going to get a break. And I've been last year, I was in a pressure situation with being in both championships, and it felt like every race I had to be, consistent and upfront. So that played a big toll mentally for me, and I never really got a break I didn't really get to enjoy it as much as I needed to be having fun with it.
Yeah.
Not that I wasn't having fun, but it was just too much pressure every single weekend. So a lot to think about, a lot of work to do, and just I've been able to kind of reset, and just coming back to riding now, it's been so much fun because I'm just building now, and there's no real pressure there. So it's been really fun coming back.
That's good to hear, man, because, like last year, right, outdoor, you win the championship in Supercross, get second in outdoors, kept it really close, and now we're going back into outdoors. You got to be revitalized, refreshed. Having that time off, it's not ideal, but, long term, I was going to say this in a minute, but you got engaged, right? So, your life is at a whole different place now.
Yeah, it's been a really good couple months besides watching the racing.
Right. Yeah.
Man, I was feeling so good coming into the racing. I had a really good off season, and I got hurt right the week before A1, but it was going so good, and I felt like I was more prepared than I ever had been, and I was just so ready to go racing. And but that happened, and
sure.
All we can do is look forward to the future now. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, I was thinking how crazy it is, how much we run on adrenaline in this sport, and how wild adrenaline is in itself. So when you don't have that rush for a long time, like you had, that you said that it's been since 2018 where you haven't rode for that long, Like when you got back on the bike, did you feel like that adrenaline kind of like you had to get used to it again to like hit you harder, or like how did it kind of feel that way?
Yeah, so to be honest, I coming back, so I got on the bike April 7th, and to be honest, I was just trying to get on the bike. So like I was literally like rolling around. Like it wasn't anything crazy, but I'm getting like I'm up to speed now, and now I'm getting that feeling back, and it's definitely was missed, and it makes me realize how much I do love riding because of what it brings me. And but to start off, like the first day was nothing crazy. Like
Yeah.
I would have got passed by vet riders. I was just trying to get some seat time and get that soreness that you get when you come back, because I don't really have that much time to outdoors, and
Yeah.
it's tough to be physically ready for that kind of stuff. That
Yeah,
racing.
I think 4 weeks, I think, right? 2 weeks to Salt Lake, and then 2 weweeks off before Nationals. So yeah, like 4 weeks, I believe.
Yeah, so it's coming quick. So
Yes.
I'm glad that I've already gotten 3 full weeks on the bike. So that's been it's been really good, and it came a lot quicker than I thought, like I said. So I'm feeling really, really good on the bike. So it's all going well.
Are you at a point where you could do a full moto, or are you still kind of building back into that and just like working on?
Oh yeah,
other stuff?
I've been up to full motos and for probably like a week and a half now. So
Okay, good.
everything's going quicker than I thought, and I couldn't be happier with that. So
Well,
it was go ahead.
I was interrupting. So now finish what you're saying. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying it's coming back way quicker. So
Good.
Everything's there.
You mentioned having to sit at home and watch the racing, the Supercross races. Have you pretty much watched every round and followed the series so far, and all the drama as every year has?
Yeah, it was a lot more entertaining in the beginning, but
Yeah, it was.
it's thinned out quite a bit. So
Yeah.
I'll just hang out around the house, and I'll just have it on in the background. I don't watch it too crazy, but yeah, in the beginning I was definitely keeping a close eye on it.
Yeah, hopefully, if everything goes well, your teammate Christian's gonna wrap this thing up. Be nice this weekend. I would guess more than likely it goes to the final round, but as long as he plays it smart, Star's gonna get him another one.
Yeah, they're definitely good at that,
And the 450 one.
Yeah, that's Eli's definitely, I think, on his way, and he's cruising it in for sure. He's definitely not taking the risk, and yeah, Christian has a good gap as well, so it'll be interesting to see what he chooses to do here in Denver.
Yeah, I'm curious too whether he kind of plays it safe and just smart, which I think he will, but you never know, man. You get out there and race, and adrenaline gets going, and we always hear, right, as media and fans, like, you can't really back it down at your level. You can't really back it down and play it safe too much, because that's when you start making mistakes, because you're not really, the bike's not set up and you're not used to riding at a slower pace. It's like you really just need to keep doing what you do.
Yeah, and once you go slower, then you start thinking about it more, and the race goes by slower. So, but I can't speak much, because last year I cruised it on home.
Sure, yes, you did. Yeah.
I was actually going there to win, and then as soon as Hunter took me off the track in the first turn in the heat race, my mind just went into full protective mode, and I was like, you know what, this isn't worth it. I'm just gonna ride around in 10th place.
Yeah, that's smart, man. I do want to ask you. We mentioned Eli, but really, who cares about Eli, man? Your boy Josh. Josh Ellingson's more than likely gonna get him a 450 championship after coming off the 250 championship with you last year. Stoked for that
guy. That's pretty good. I mean, you can't ask for much more as far as that goes. 250 and then back-to-back championships in the 450 class. So that's he deserves it. He's a hard worker, and that dude never isn't trying for his rider. So it's cool to see for him. He definitely deserves it.
Yeah, he clearly. I mean, if I look at the results, I mean, I think the success is because of Josh, Justin. I mean, I don't know. I mean, look, Eli didn't win a championship last year. He comes over, he gets Josh the mechanic, he wins a championship. You got
I'd
Josh
say
last
it's 90%
Yeah.
mechanic, 10% rider.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's fair. We'll cut that clip and send it to Josh. But go ahead, Scotty. Sorry.
Yeah. So Justin, when game planning for this outdoor season that's coming up, obviously you're gonna have to kind of give yourself a couple of races to shake the rust off. Do you like if you could get to what round? Like how many? Like if you could say you get to round 4, round 5, like what round do you think that if you get to that point with maybe a couple of podiums, a couple top 5s, do you give yourself a chance at like maybe going after the title?
I think round 1.
Nice.
There we go.
There we go.
I've been on the couch too long, so
yeah.
No, I mean, you gotta expect a little bit of rust, but it has been a while since Hangtown, so we'll see how it goes. I might try to hit a race in these next couple weeks and get a gauge drop in, but I think I'll be fine. I mean, I'm riding with my teammates every day, and
Yeah.
they're all pushing, so same old for me. I mean, I don't know. A couple more riders isn't going to make that much of a difference. We're all pushing each other each day, and I guess it is just practice, but done a lot of races, so
Yeah.
I should be just fine.
You talking about like going to like a local race and just lining up?
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
That'd be cool. Dude, that'd be really sick. Dude, yeah.
If there's a local one by me, I would definitely hit it, but it's got to be obviously a little bit bigger of a race.
Yeah.
Don't want to go and race some vet riders.
Oh, come on, man. Us vets, man. We'd love to race against Justin Cooper. Like, probably lap me 3 times in a 4-lap race, but that'd be all right.
Yeah, I just need maybe some gate drops.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, that's cool.
We'll see. I think I'll be just fine.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm excited. I can't wait for outdoors. It's like me and Daniel Blair were just talking. It was like, all right, this Supercross season went really fast. It always does, but like it's time. We're ready for outdoors.
Yeah, everyone always is after.
Sure.
When there's like a couple of rounds left of Supercross, everyone's like, all right, let's get outdoors.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So our sport comes off as kind of like an individual sport, but really there's so much to the background and the teams and people that are around you and part of your program. And I just kind of wanted to ask you, like, who would you say has been the most influential person in your career so far?
I'd have to say, I mean, Swanee's been with me from the beginning. That'd be one of them. And if I had to pick another, it would have been Will. Will Hahn he kind of took me, under his wing for the first few years. I actually lived with him too, and he was a team manager. So
yeah,
he's taught me a lot, and he definitely helped me progress through the pro ranks. So yeah,
Will's
those
good
guys
people.
have been really good.
Awesome. Well, Justin, man, it's great. You got anything else, Scotty? Okay. Justin, man, really appreciate you taking some time for us tonight. Really looking forward to you getting back out there and seeing you back at the races. We've missed you this year, man, and took away some of the excitement and the talent out of the competition with you not being there. But glad you're back and feeling better.
Yeah, it'll be 4 short weeks, and I'll be seeing you guys at the races.
Sounds good, Justin. Thanks so much for your time tonight, man.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
All right, see ya. All right, thanks to Justin Cooper for coming on. Yeah, I'm excited, man. Him and Colt both coming back soon. Should be ready for outdoors, Scotty.
Yeah, I don't want to take anything away from anybody this Supercross season, but man, there's a lot of good guys missing. Like,
of course,
I'm excited. I hope that they're all ready to go, including J Mart's supposed to be ready.
Mm-hmm.
So like J Mart, McAdoo, and Colt. I mean, when's the last time we talked about Colt Nichols? Yeah,
that's why I reached out to him. I actually reached out to him.
Like when you said
Sunday,
we had J Coop on the show tonight, I was like, oh yeah, he does. You know. And so I also that's kind of why I wanted to ask him, and it was cool that I didn't realize that it had been so long since he'd had that break, and I think those guys need that sometimes. I think you kind of saw a little bit of that with Austin Forkner. Obviously he's had breaks from injuries previously, but it was clear that little bit of a break gave him a little bit of a mental reset, and like he came out, he was good in Atlanta, then he won here, and so we know Justin Cooper's capable of doing all of that. So I don't be surprised if he comes in and just starts rattling off some motos.
I mean he was second last year. Just had some issues that he was right there. So
yeah.
And like I said, I reached out to Colt on Sunday to come on the show tonight, and he got back with me late today, and was like, "Yeah, I can do it," but he was busy all week, and so he didn't get back to me until I'd already kind of redone the schedule. So Colt's gonna be on next week. So yeah, we'll have both those guys on, and hell, maybe I'll reach out to J-Mart. We'll get all the star guys on.
Yeah,
I actually hit up Christian. I wanted Christian to come on just for a few minutes because I wanted to see what his mindset was leading into this week. He did not respond at all. So yeah, that's probably Nick's doing over there at Moto Limited. Nick kind of probably, put the kibosh on he's got control of the Christian Craig family a little bit.
Right.
Yeah. He sleeps under the bed at the Craig household. Creepy Nick.
He's all about some Craig, bro.
He's all about one of the Craigs.
Yeah, you don't do that with anything.
No,
you would never
about.
do that at all.
Nope, not me. I'm just waiting for Nick to respond now because I'm sure he was listening a little while ago. But so we got Austin Forkner coming up. What else we need to touch on? We were hinting at something, and I've already lost my train of thought.
Yep, I did too.
Man, we're so organized. What about these X-Brand goggles?
I was gonna say, you needed it's got the nose protector on it. You definitely needed that at Foxborough this week and all those dang rocks. I can't believe more guys weren't rocking handguards.
I was too. That was it was
like if you could say it on TV, you know it's bad.
Yeah, somebody on maybe the review show. Yeah, I think it was a review show, and Weed was like, "Oh, it didn't look that bad on TV. You couldn't really tell." And I was like, "Where are you watching it?"
You could visibly see it.
Yeah, and like Kristen Beat pulled up a pebble during the race day live, and it was supposed to be a pebble, but it was like the size of her fist.
I'm surprised we haven't talked about this yet. Like, I went to go rewatch I watched it originally, and then I went to go rewatch it and forgot there was no sound on the 250 class.
Yeah,
the whole. How did we not figure it out the whole race?
They did. They knew.
Like they just couldn't fix it.
They couldn't without disrupting the audio on NBC because NBC had audio. Peacock did not.
Oh.
If they had reset the problem, it might have shut it all down.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I was like,
they knew.
Really, guys, really?
Yeah, they knew, but it was something with something technical that I don't understand with the switching or whatever, and it just they knew, but they couldn't take the chance of it shutting down NBC, network.
Yeah, because they were doing it live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yeah. Daniel said his phone got blowed up.
Well, I don't even record it on the actual NBC Sports channel because I just know how I always have it on Peacock, but.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I guess I should back it up now.
Cool, man. I like hearing the. I couldn't
stay focused. It was cool, but I couldn't stay focused on it.
Really?
Yeah,
I dug it. You kind of hear Dan Hubbard and Kristen in the background.
Yeah, you could hear that.
But I dug the sounds. I thought it was cool. Yeah, I was all right with it. So,
but yeah,
2 to go, man. Yeah, we're Denver coming up. The Yamaha LCQ challenge on Friday. That's going to be pretty cool. We kind of touched on it a little bit ago. I really do wish I was going this weekend. I want to see it bad.
I will say, and some people might disagree with this, but I think that the last East-West shootout, I would say Jet needs to win that to kind of.
Really?
Dude, I mean, everybody in that class
fell out. I don't think he's going to give a shit. He's going to be like, my championships won.
No, I get it, but
I don't think he'll care. I almost feel like he'd be like, yeah, I'm not even racing. I'm just going to chill out, ready for outdoors. I mean, he will probably, but what's the point?
Yeah, I think it would solidify in my head that, like if he just went out and won one.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, Austin's going to want it, and then, I don't think Christian's going to give a shit either. He's going to care about the championship because I think it's going to be tough to wrap up this weekend. Ready for some championship after parties, though.
Yeah, so you can go stand around and not drink.
Who says I'm not? What if I did? What if I want to drink?
Oh,
take some Jaeger.
You take a Jaeger shot?
Sure. No, I just don't drink much, but I mean, I really.
Well, I've never heard you have any inclination.
It's not something I really like. I go, I want to go get drink tonight, but yeah, we're out hanging out at all the after parties. I mean, shit, gonna have a good time in Salt Lake, even though everything closes down at 11 o'clock. The races are over at 10.
Everything closes at 11 there?
Everything, yeah, no more, the bars, everything closes down at 11 o'clock, Salt Lake City,
Mormons.
Yeah. So I don't know exactly what the championship parties are going to look like, but hopefully there'll be something fun going on.
Well, didn't they kind of already have one? didn't they? Or
They just did a little celebration in the locker room.
are you talking
They'll
about like
have
the actual
yeah,
teams?
the Monster and the Red Bull parties. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
because Monster's going to do one if Christian wins, obviously for him and Eli,
Yeah, that'll be
and then
good.
Red Bull will do one for Jet. So yeah, they do those every year at the after the final round.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, that would
Because
be
last year
cool.
Cooper's was there at Salt Lake and they figured it out. I mean, I think they had to pull some strings because the bar was like, no, we closed and can't do anything, but they figured it out. So there'll be something going on, but yeah, it's a bunch of us going to be. Nick's going to be going and Triple J and I think Toolman Dan and we're going to have
That'll be
have
awesome.
some fun. It's going to be a good time and we'll have something to talk about the following Monday, Tuesday on the show.
You need to make sure you get what is that the hangover stuff?
Oh, from Steve,
Yeah.
Dude, I tell you what. Just speaking of stuff getting from Steve, which this didn't really come from Steve, but it kind of comes from being part of Pulp. I hit up Paul Parabino's yesterday. I was like, hey, man, I know I probably waited too long. I really want a pair of those purple handlebars. And he's like, well, if you come to California, I'll give you a pair. But he said, I really don't have any way to ship them to you. Just that they're in, because he's working at home. He said, I don't have packaging or anything like that. Like, we're just not set up like that. I was like, well, I'm coming to California in 2 weeks to ride my YZ250 or in 3 weeks. So I think I'm going to get a pair of those purple bars.
Dude, your bike's going to be so trick.
Well, the bike's going to have Fast Company handlebars. That's like something that Kiefer worked out. If it was our sponsors, I'd put Torque 1 bars on there.
Yeah.
But this is all stuff through Kiefer. Like, that's why it's going to have Decal Works graphics for a few days until I get it home. And I'll put Mermlords on it. But this is all stuff through Kiefer. So it's going to have Fast Company bars on it to begin with. And that's cool. I mean, I've never used them. I appreciate that. So, but yeah, once they get home, our sponsor stuff will probably go on there. But I want some purple bars to just, even if I don't use them right away, I wanted a set just in case they don't make more. I think they will because they were so popular.
They looked cool though.
But I was like, man, I know I wait. Because he kind of mentioned on Pulp a couple weeks ago when he was in, Kiefer was in studio, and I think Steve said, somebody said, oh, is he going to get some of those purple bars? And Kiefer was like, oh, no. But Paul's like, well, I could probably hook him up. And I didn't really want to take him up on it. I was like, so many people are asking for handlebars from him. For purple bars. And I kept thinking about it all the time for like 2 weeks. And finally, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I hit him up and he's like, yeah, man, I got you. But you gotta come get them, basically.
Yeah.
He's like, if you come to Paula or something for a national, not doing that. Maybe the final one, but not the first one. But I will be at Kiefer's. So
yeah, I mean, it's crazy how where our sports at right now. Because like this, I know that those bars already sold out. So if people are listening and involved and and out there, and it's cool to see the sport kind of. I know it was a free race this weekend, but we kind of saw it this weekend. I mean, there was so many people that were out there giving it a shot, and it was just cool to be it was cool to be a part of something that was just that big. Like it was, every class was full. There was heat races. And
very cool.
It was just cool to see that does still exist in this sport. I thought I would never see something like that again.
I am opening your GoFundMe because when I looked a minute ago, you're at $15. So somebody gave you $10.
Hey, that's $15 more than I had.
I'm not really sure that I don't have access. Oh, Garrett Rockley.
Thanks, G-Rock. Garrett's
Rockley.
always got my back.
Yeah. Garrett Rockley.
He's
go,
cool.
Garrett. Garrett hooked you up with $10.
Sweet.
So you are now $15 towards your $8,000.
I don't know why you put $8,000 goal on there.
Like, is that just to buy a new bike?
I guess.
I mean, it's not to redo your engine.
No, it's not. I'll figure it out.
That's funny.
I'll get through it.
That actually might screw you down when people are like, you blew up your top end and like you're trying to get enough to just buy.
I don't know. Yeah, like I said, funny. I didn't make the GoFundMe.
Sure you didn't.
I really didn't.
It says you didn't, but was that Spencer?
Yeah, my buddy Spencer did it. I don't know why he put $8,000 on there, but maybe he was just shooting for the stars.
All right, let's take a commercial break. We'll be back with Austin Forkner.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Jake said, "Any thoughts on Pulp taking your day on the pod shows and Mav?"
Oh yeah, I hadn't thought about it yet. Hang on, we can talk about it at the end. I did see something about that.
Someone said, someone said championship. Garrett said championship polygamy party.
Right.
Because it's in Utah.
Yeah, I'm with him. I got it.
That's funny.
Hello.
What's up, Austin?
How's it going?
Going good, man. You ready to get into
Good.
this thing?
Yep.
All right, hang tight. A little bit of you got radio on in the background.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
I just finished up at the gym, so I'm
Oh, fun
walking out
times.
to the car right now.
All right,
We're good. No, we're good.
I'm about to introduce you.
Cool.
All right, next up, brought to you by Cherubies USA. Our title sponsor for decades, Cherubies USA has been the leader in moto plastic accessories. With products that fit perfect, look great, and last, Cherubies has what you need. They are proud sponsors of Factory, KTM, Kawasaki, and many more. Whether it's full plastic kits, individual pieces, hand guards, chain guides, and sliders, or anything else they offer, visit CherubiesUSA.com. Tonight, Cherubies USA brings us our 250 winner from Foxborough. He's back, Austin Forkner. What's up, bud?
Yeah, how's it going?
It's going good, man. So 2 races back, you did some ass kicking. I know Atlanta didn't finish how you wanted, but I think you proved that you still got the speed, and then you go out and win. Just talk about how that feels to come back and have 2 pretty successful races, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, it was good. I was Atlanta. I mean, I pretty much proved everything I needed to myself anyway in the heat race. Like, okay, like I'm still, I'm good. I proved where I was where I needed to be after practice.
Yeah,
I was qualified second. I was right up there with Jet. Like everything was like, I was good. Like I was like, all right, cool. Like I'm fine. And then heat race just kind of, even further, I guess, prove that to myself. And then the main was going well. I really didn't ride that great in the beginning of the main, but it started going well. Like I got up into 4th, and it was Lawrence, Craig, Shimoda, and me, like within like 2 seconds at like probably 6 or 7 minutes in. And I was like, perfect. I was like, I'm right where I needed to be, and then ended up falling, and then just couldn't really get back in the flow after that. Made some more little mistakes, like nothing bad, just missed a couple rhythms and stuff, and got 7th. So I was pretty not happy about that. Like I was like, damn, like I did so good in the heat, and then just kind of blew it in the main. So not that I already like wanted to come back and make a point over the last couple of races that I should have been up there all season, but that I guess just added a little bit more fuel to the fire. So this weekend I really came out swinging, fastest in both qualifying sessions. Heat race was rough, but
we're gonna get to that.
Other than that, main was solid. So like I was happy with that. Really happy with that.
Yeah, you mentioned I think in the post race interview, I think it was where it was. You said like you were thinking about like wondering during this offseason or during the injury, like maybe I don't have it anymore, right? Like that's all you riders have these dark thoughts that go through your mind when things aren't going how you plan, how you expect. RJ just told us a few weeks ago that like it was a dark time, and then all of a sudden he got the win, and like, okay, I can do this. So like are those feelings legitimately going through your mind? Like, man, maybe I'm not the same rider I was. And then how does that shift once you come back and realize, okay, I'm okay?
Well, those don't just happen. Those didn't just start, I guess.
Yeah.
And, well, really, I guess they more so were like last season. Were those thoughts, and then this season I came out and was good the first race, even good the second race. So I was kind of like, all right, like I'm still up there, but definitely after last outdoor season and just last season, I mean, I had a good first Supercross race, but then crashed at the second one, and then was out before the third one even started. So I really didn't, and I guess it's pretty much the same story this year, but I don't know, something was different this year. Like I just knew, I guess this year that I was like, all right, I'm good. I'm fine. So those thoughts, I guess, weren't quite as strong. What you're talking about is like, just kind of the like, look, I don't know actually how long it's been since I guess my last win would have been Salt Lake during COVID in
June 14th, 2020.
Yeah. All right. Well then, so it's been almost 2 years.
Yep.
So that's, you start to wonder in that amount of time, like,
sure.
Not that I couldn't win, just like, like, man, like, am I, like, I need to put it together. Like, okay, do I still, am I still that, like, am I still that guy? Do I still have that raw speed? Do I still, like, you just start to question things, like, when it's that long, and it was more so not really questioning my ability on the bike. I know I can ride a dirt bike really well, but just more so, like, when there's a difference between racers and practicers, and I always grew up a racer. Like, I could ride in practice and not be that spectacular, but then when the gate dropped, I was always a top guy. But I wasn't really hurt that much in amateurs also. I would do a collarbone every now and then or something like that, but I would never had kind of some long-term injuries that really take you off the bike.
Right, right.
And I have had that over the past few years. And so when you're not racing, you miss all of that. Like, at the practice tracks, I'm fine. Like, I'm good. And at the races, not that I'm not good, but just like handling some of the nerves. How the track changes more because there's more than just a few people on the track. How everything's just a little bit steeper. How you push just a little bit harder. How racing in front of the fans and the crowd, and you hear the announce. Just everything that is racing comes into play when practicing is not racing. Everybody's like, oh, this guy looks like, that's why, like, everybody's saying, oh, this guy looks really good at the practice track preseason and stuff like that. I mean, like, yeah, like, it does matter. Obviously, you want to look good at the practice track, but at the same time, it's like, dude, you never know until the gate drops. Like, there's guys that are good in practice and there's guys that are good at races, and that's a big difference.
Absolutely. And yeah.
Just with how much racing I've missed out on a lot of those feelings, or even, being up front, handling the pressure from guys behind you, how you ride the last few laps when the track's getting sketchy, and maybe you got somebody just a couple seconds behind you, and you start to, think like, oh, okay, don't mess up, a few laps,
Yeah.
Just all the feelings and all the thoughts and everything that comes along with racing, I've been missing out on. So it's more so like that when I said, like, I'm, doubted, it's like, am I still a racer? Kind of, I know I can ride a dirt bike really well, but can I race a dirt bike really well? That was kind of what I meant by that. And it's, with as much racing as I've missed out on, it's kind of like you start to question. I started to, I guess, notice things like that, like things that I didn't notice whenever I was racing more and more and more. Maybe like how I felt on the starting line, or how I felt in the staging area before, how I handled the nerves, just stuff like that. I started to notice the less and less I raced, the more, I guess, harder of a time I had with some of that stuff.
Yeah, that makes tons of sense. Yeah.
So, that's what I meant by that, was just that, am I still a racer? And it's not like I didn't, I guess, doubt myself a lot. Like, I was still confident in myself, but it was like it's not like I think that all the time. It's just every now and then, those thoughts come to mind.
Human nature.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Exactly. You always tend to, as humans, basically, a lot of the time, we tend to think negative.
Of course,
like, so it's hard to not, you can shut those thoughts out as much as you can, but they creep in. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, kind of, a little bit to extend off of that. I was listening to some race recap stuff, and there was a theory about how it seemed like these last two races were the first time that we've seen you maybe ride to not crash, like not ride to not crash. Like, you were riding to ride and riding like yourself, or to not get hurt. And like, do you feel like there's maybe any validity to that? Like, maybe subconsciously, that's kind of what you were just talking about after that last question. It's just those thoughts that you're thinking of. Do you feel like there's any truth to that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and not, yeah, I mean, I guess at the first two races, I mean, you could say that I was riding to not crash, and more so, I would more so say that I was just taking what the race gave me at those.
I like that.
Not really riding not to crash, just riding within, definitely within my limits. you know, like within my limits. Hey, if the race, like at the, you know, the first moto of that Triple Crown, like, look, I, you know, made quick work of Cameron and Styles. They kind of got together and I got them both quick, and they didn't catch me. Like if something like that kind of presented itself, then look, I'm going to take advantage of it. But if, you know, I, like in the second one, you know, Cameron was a little bit faster than me in the whoops. And I, you know, at that time, I wasn't willing to go faster than that in the whoops. Like I needed to, I guess, to beat him that race.
Right.
And so
right.
I took what it gave me, you know? So that's, I guess a little bit just kind of a little bit just different of a mindset I came in with this year. So I guess I don't think really it's that. It's just like, okay, the first race at Atlanta, then the heat race, I just felt really good on the track. I felt I was pushing. I was, even when Robbie Watt, he came back and he was like, you didn't even look like you were trying that hard, but you were just reeling those guys in like seconds and seconds a lap faster. And I was like, yeah, I mean, like I was trying hard, but it wasn't like I was riding like over, like it wasn't like I was, you know, just said screw it basically. I'm doing, you know, I'm throwing caution to the wind type of thing. And then in the main event, I just wasn't quite as comfortable, so I wasn't quite as fast. You know, that's just kind of how like I was still good and I was still up there, but you know, I wasn't seconds faster than everybody. Even in the other heat, like I was like 2 seconds faster than everybody in the heat races. Like I was just kind of on another level in the heats. But then in the main, the track was a little rougher, a little more rutted. I wasn't quite as comfortable, and I was, I just wasn't as much faster than everybody else, you know. And then this weekend, I was just comfortable in the main. You know, I never felt like even though I may have gotten a little, if it looked like I never felt like I got sketchy, never felt like I was riding over my head. I was really just comfortable on that track all day. You know, I was just comfortable even in, in qualifying, never really made a mistake. I think I jumped and brushed a tough block in free practice, and that was it. Like I was just comfortable all day. So honestly, I wouldn't even say so much. I get what you're saying, and I get how it looks like that, but I think it's more so just when I feel comfortable and when I don't, because I still just that overall mindset that I kind of came in with this year, just kind of, okay, take what each race gives you. Look, if I feel comfortable that night, like I did last weekend, I'm going to go to the front. You know, it doesn't matter where I start. I'm going to make my way to the front. If I don't feel as comfortable, then I'm going to take a third. I'm going to take what it, you know.
That's so maturity, man. That maturity we've been waiting on. Yeah.
Yeah. So I get how that, like, that's what it looks like. And it could be that way maybe a little bit. It probably is. But I think that's just comes from, you know, how comfortable I am that night, you know, how I feel on the track. If I feel really comfortable and I don't feel sketchy and I'm doing, you know, everything right, then of course, I'm going to, you know, think about things less. I'm going to go faster. I'm going to look like I don't care as much because I feel comfortable, you know?
Yeah.
So,
it definitely looked like that this weekend
awesome.
for sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, I definitely get how it can look like that, but I think it's mainly just that, look, I'm showing up at every race, and at some races, I'm a guy that can start last and in 7 minutes work my way to the front. And at other races, I'm a guy that, you know, starts third and gets third or gets fourth or, you know, that's just, I guess, kind of my whole strategy this year was kind of just, look, show up at each race, take what it gives me.
That's good, man.
If I'm a badass, I'm the fastest in qualifying, I'm really comfortable on the track, everything's clicking with the bike, I'm gonna win that night. You know, but it's, you know, so it's just taking what it gives me, which, you know, I never planned on, you know, even on a bad night, that being worse than, you know, a third or a fourth. Like anything worse than that, obviously I would have been disappointed. But like, you know, that's just kind of how was my, I guess, different maturity mindset kind of that a lot of people told me that they noticed, and I noticed in myself just even after I got hurt after the first couple of races. So that's I guess what that is.
All right. I want to talk to you about the heat race incident with Varese, but before we get into that, we have this segment, and I actually already did one tonight. It's the R Jerky Beef of the Week. It's kind of if you have a problem with somebody, you have a beef. That's presented by R Jerky, the Wageman Brothers, our jerky company. I have a little bit of almost had a beef with you, Austin, and I'm going to say that maybe it was the universe giving you a little back because you were trying to catch and pass Chiz, and that's just not okay.
All right. Well, hey, I mean, maybe I learned my lesson there. I mean, maybe
give him a heat race.
Maybe I'll back off next time.
Just give him. He needed one win. He needed that. He got his heat race win. We're good.
If it's gonna end like that, I'll back off and take a second heat race. You know.
Yeah, but no, really, walk us through your view of that, man. I've seen. Look, I was on the Pulp Fantasy chat because I deal with fantasy and like there's in YouTube and all that, and there's obviously the keyboard warriors, right? Oh, Austin's an idiot, or all Josh Varese is an idiot. Like there's like multiple ways to look at it. Kind of just walk us through like what you saw happen and how it happened at race speed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, basically, it's kind of how it looks on TV to anybody that has a brain, really. I mean, it's anybody that knows even the slightest bit of everybody's saying that either doesn't ride dirt bikes or isn't good enough to do jumps that knows that once you're in the air, you can't, that you can't do anything about it. What some guy does in front of you, you're along for the ride at that point. It's the same thing with what happened at Dallas. I was already in the air. I was a bystander at that point.
Sure.
I can try to maneuver the bike what I can, but there's only so much you can do. So kind of the same thing. Just I mean, like at first when it happened, I was like, dude, what an idiot. I was pissed. But then obviously, I thought about it and I was like, yeah, it was just a racing incident. He obviously wanted to win the heat race and he knew Chisholm was passing him and he was going to go for the kill in the next turn. He was going to cut off that turn and try to close him off before that triple. And I didn't expect it. And I was just basically following Chisholm through and, just took the same line as him, and as soon as I was in the air, I saw him check up and go left, and I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah,
I was like,
exactly.
yeah. I mean, it wasn't really a crazy thought. It was pretty much the same thought I had in Dallas, just like, oh, uh-oh. Like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Like this, it wasn't like a freak out, what am I going to do? I can't freak out and try to do something different. It was just like oh no.
Hope for the best.
This is probably gonna hurt.
Yeah.
And then hit, and then I thought right as initially that I wasn't gonna clip him as much as I did, but he came over enough that we clipped pretty good, and I ended up into the berm, and that
sucked.
That hurt.
It
was that made me sore for sure.
Yeah.
And I just I popped some ribs out. I just smashed my chest into the berm and I was okay. I mean, I just took me whenever I was laying there, a bunch of people were like, oh, we saw you laying there and we thought, oh, your shoulder.
That's what I thought.
was kind of laying on my shoulder a little bit. And that was as soon as I hit, I was like, basically my first thoughts were just like, oh, no. Okay. Hold on.
Right.
So I just was kind of like sitting there. Like I wasn't crazy hurt. I was just kind of sitting there.
Evaluating.
Just like, okay, hold on. Yeah. Hold on just a second. Let me check. And just did my run through top to bottom basically and was like, okay, I'm good. I think I just have the wind knocked out of me. And then it was just kind of, okay, no, I think my back I'm just tweaked up basically. So then I was like, oh, well, I mean, I don't want to go to the LCQ. So I was like, I think I can race. Like I should be good. I don't want to go to the LCQ if I can. So, I mean, let's get to the finish. So that was pretty much, I guess, everything that happened then. But it was just a kind of a racing deal. I mean, should he have known I was back there? I mean, yeah, he probably should have seen me coming in the rhythms and stuff when he was doing 180s. And he saw me inch. He had to have seen me inching closer and closer and closer. But, when you're in the moment and stuff like that, it is what it is. He was going for the heat win. He was going for the pass back on Chisholm, and I was going for the pass on him. It was just, It's pretty much as simple as that. It was just a race.
And I know Josh a little bit, Joshua, and I mean, it's his first season. He's never raced Supercross before. Not he's obviously experienced at racing, but it's a little different, right? And yeah, he clearly didn't expect you to be there like that, or he wouldn't have tried to make that turn. And like I saw on there's a Facebook group actually I'm part of where somebody was like, also that was a dumb move by Austin. He should have known better. I was like, you're telling me, like I literally responded to this guy, you think, like I thought, okay, Josh was in the middle to right lane and he decided to cut across to go inside, which was not a smart move. I said, like, the only way Austin could have avoided that is never jump to the inside ever, because somebody might turn in front of you. Like that's terrible.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how you make passes in Supercross. Like in a rhythm section, what do? You
Right.
You try to go up the inside in the next turn on somebody. You know, that's what you do. So it's like, that's what I paid no attention to any of those.
Nah,
like there are people still raging today about it. I'm still getting DMs and stuff, and I'm like, dude, you guys are so like you clearly have either never ridden a dirt bike at all, or you're just not like you just haven't ever rode with people,
or they just don't like you.
Like and like you don't know I don't know. So it is what it is.
Well, and some people like maybe they just don't like Austin Forkner. So no matter what you do, like I saw people saying that the thing at Dallas was your fault. I was like, fuck, Jet hit a tough block and zoomed across the track like that. How people are like, well, he shouldn't have. Austin shouldn't have done this or shouldn't have done that. I was like, yeah, you guys are just like looking for reasons to blame him.
Yeah, that's what it is more than anything. People just they want to. I guess they. I don't know.
Yeah, and everybody loves Jet right now.
Like me, basically.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I was, I expected that on both situations.
Sure.
Because, whatever. People, I guess, love to hate. So.
You got to let it go, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Got a couple more for you.
Yeah, so Austin, being on the pro circuit team that you've been on there your whole career, I just kind of wanted to know, like, throughout the years, how has your relationship with Mitch kind of like changed / matured over the years?
So, I mean, I guess it started off me just a kid and obviously there's certain things that, happen, I guess, like just with growing up and stuff. When I was a kid, it was all I did was ride dirt bikes, or whenever he signed me, basically. Even my first couple of years pro, was all I did was ride dirt bikes. I didn't really do anything else. I didn't, have a significant other, and obviously now I have Riley, and now I do other stuff, so it's kind of been like an adaptation, or I guess adapt, whatever, I guess that's the word I'm looking for. Like we've kind of just he's kind of had to adapt, and I've kind of had to adapt, and there's certain things like as a relationship that we've both kind of had to learn about each other, I guess, a little bit. And obviously when you're winning all the time, you're going to have the best relationship ever with everybody on your team, but I have done a fair share of not winning. So, sometimes it gets rough, and sometimes it's not that great, but, at the end of the day, we both have the same goals, and I'm a really simple person, like I'm really simple. Like like I don't take a lot of, talking or whatever to, be okay with people, I guess. Like I don't talk to some of my friends for months at a time. We might send each other memes and stuff like on Instagram or whatever, and then we see each other and immediately it's just back to just 100% normal, giving each other shit, whatever, immediately. So I'm pretty simple like that. And I've had to learn a little bit, I guess, to talk to people more and communicate a little bit more, because not everybody's, I guess, like me. So just not just with Mitch, but just other people in general, because I also technically work for the guys at Factory Cali, because we're kind of the teams are kind of related and everything. So
right.
Just communicate more with my bosses and stuff like that. Something that I've kind of had to work on. The riding is the riding. That's good, but just a little bit of communication stuff by me and by them, accepting, that I'm getting older, and I have a girlfriend, and then I have a fiance, and then, and I can still do my job. That's not going to keep me from doing what I need to do on the weekends. And, just, there's been stuff like that. So I guess it's really just came with growing up I guess.
Yeah.
Our relationship has had its twists and turns, and I guess bumps and bruises. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's still, we just have the same goal as the day that I signed with him. You know, we both want to win championships. We both want to win races. And if we don't, we're not really going to be very happy. And I think he knows that. He doesn't really have to tell me a lot. You know, he doesn't really have to. It's not like me. Maybe with some other guys in the past, he's actually had to you know, yell at or get onto or, you know, try to fire up. You know, with me, he knows he doesn't have to do that. You know, he knows that if he tries to do that and I'm already pissed off, you know, we might get in a little pissing match or something because I'm already mad.
Fired up, yeah.
So yeah, you know, just, I mean, stuff like that, just learning about each other, and we kind of have that all figured out now. It's year 4 or whatever. So I mean,
right.
But yeah, everything's, I mean, our relationships, it's good. Just had its, you know, growing to do, I guess, kind of like every relationship.
Absolutely. All right, 2 more for you real quick. The discussion with Jet after the race, he said it was real positive. Sound like you guys have a lot of respect for each other. What do you remember that quick conversation?
Yeah, no, it was really quick. It started off just, hey, good job, you know, from me. Hey, you know, good job on the championship. He said, hey, you know, good job from you. Good job, you know, on the race win.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, man. And he was like, I've been, you know, he said he was excited to see that or something like that from me, or excited to see me ride like that, or something like that. And I was like, yeah, man, I really wish I could have done that more with you this year. Like you know, I mean, I wish I could have done that a lot more with you this year. And I was like, but you know, it is what it is. It was a racing deal. And, but yeah, good job. And he kind of said, good job back. That was pretty much all it was just a really, a good job. Yeah. Good job to you too. And man, wish I could have gave you more of a fight this year.
Yeah, I dig that.
And then that was pretty much it from there, really.
I dig that.
I feel like that was all we needed to say.
Yeah. Last question I have for you, man. I know there was, you know, originally a plan to go 450. You don't have to answer this if you don't have any thoughts or don't want to get into it, but do you know what 23, I know we're going into outdoors and you don't really care about 23 yet, but just, do you have any idea what you're going to do for 23?
I don't. I have not talked to the guys yet. I don't really know. I hear stuff from people. People tell me that they hear I'm 450 next year. They hear, oh, I'm on the 450 next year. You know, people tell me that they hear I've signed that I'm going to a place in Florida. I'm training somewhere in Florida next year. I'm like, dude, I don't even know.
Yeah.
So I to be honest, I hope I go 450 next year, you know? Like I feel like I've matured enough this year that I feel like I am ready to go to 450. And honestly, at this point it's like, do I want to win a 250 championship before I go to 450? Yeah, for sure. Like that's obviously always, you know, everybody's
goal, you
know, best case. That's the goal always, is to win a 250 championship and go to 450. But you know, I'm kind of like at this point, like, man, I kind of just want something different. You know, I want to try it. I think I've showed a decent amount of maturity this year and in my riding and stuff. And last year, yeah, maybe, you know, I wasn't ready to go 450 this year, but now, I mean, I think, hey, let me give it a shot, you know, like sort of thing. That's kind of my, I guess, take on it. And, but at the end of the day, it's not just up to me. It's kind of, you know, who they already have signed for next year. I don't know Jason's contract. I don't know Adam's contract. I don't know who they're looking at getting, if anybody, maybe me, maybe, you know, we haven't really talked about that much stuff yet. The last time I kind of talked to everybody was, like actually had like a phone call with everybody, was trying to convince them to let me race St. Louis.
Oh, okay. So, okay.
That was pretty much the last, and that was all I cared about, really. I was like, hey, I don't even care about outdoors. I don't really care about anything else. I just, you know, hey, can I race St. Louis type, or when can I come back and race Supercross?
Right.
So,
awesome.
So yeah, that was pretty much that.
Well, I'll say just go win the outdoor title, and I think it'll work itself out.
Yeah, exactly. You know, everything happens how it's supposed to, and yeah, I mean that's I guess the way I look at it.
Yeah. Hey, awesome, man. Thanks for always answering me and coming on the show. You know, I really appreciate it. I know this season hasn't, you know, again gone the way you wanted, but man, you've turned it around coming back, turn it around, going into outdoors, looking good right now. So I think it's going to be a good finish to 22, but it means a lot that you always come on when I ask.
Yeah, no problem, guys. Well, that's the thing is people say they're, and I also sign people at the, in the pits and stuff. I signed a decent amount of autographs, even though we don't have like official autograph signing and stuff anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, man, that's awesome that you take some time to sign autographs and stuff. But dude, like whenever I've been hurt a lot and I miss that stuff.
Sure.
Yeah. Do I miss signing autographs over and over and over when I just walk to the cooler to get a drink, and then
can I get a glove? Can I get a jersey?
Hey, will you sign my hat? And I'm like, yeah, let me sign your hat real quick. And then next thing I know, I have a 100-foot long line.
Right.
People trying to get stuff signed. Like, okay, like that, some of it, but still, like that's part of being at the races. And at the end of the day, I do enjoy that stuff. And I do enjoy this stuff, just it's part of, hey, if you guys weren't calling me, then I would be a little bit more. That would be a little bit bigger of a problem.
Sure.
So hey, I'm glad you guys are asking me to be on the show or
of course,
or whatever, because that means that at least I'm doing something right.
Well, hey, and you gotta look at it like this too. If the fans don't come to the race, if all the fans quit coming to the race and asking for autographs, there's probably no racing, man, and ain't no job. So you're doing it right, man. But again, appreciate you as always. Good luck with these last two. I'll see you in Salt Lake City. We'll be there for that one. So, but thank you.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right, bud. Take care. Tell Riley I said hi, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. See you guys.
See you, man. All right. Thanks to Austin for coming on. Good interview. Very much like Chiz. Like he gives you so much. Like you don't have to pull information.
No,
out
he's
of him.
an open book. I like that.
Yeah.
Him.
So good job.
Hey,
with him.
it's funny right there at the end. He was mentioning about the fans. Like when we were at the couple of races that we went to, I'll be standing on the other side, like under the tent, and I'm the new guy. I don't really know anybody. I'm just standing there. People will be asking me like, "Hey, give me Jet's autograph." I'm like, "Bro, I don't have that that capability."
Go get Jet for me.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, let me get right on that guy.
That's funny. Yeah, that works for like Cade Clayson or A-Ray. Like I'll be like, "Yeah, come here."
Yeah.
Just.
I actually saw you do that.
That's
funny. Yeah.
Get your ass out of here, Cade. But yeah. Anyway, that was great. Good stuff. So we're probably about to wrap this thing up.
There was a tidbit of chat drama.
Okay.
So let me
try to
go back. Yeah, let me go back to the top. Hold on.
Boy. For our listeners in post. Well, while you're looking for it, guys, again, support our sponsors, which I'll read those off again in a minute. But patreon.com, big deal for us. We talk about it every so often. Been talking about it a lot lately. We've lost a few Patreons. I know things are getting crazy right now, right? Products are going up, fuel's going up. But if you can, patreon.com, and you can sign up. You can follow us. You search the show, comes up. You can follow us. You can contribute. You can do, like I was just thinking about this the other day, Scotty. You can do $1. You can do $5 a month. We take that money. We use it for travel. We use it for equipment, whatever when we're doing this content, right? We these cameras, everything that we're using. I was thinking like we average about 4,500 downloads a week. Like if we could get half those people to do $1 a month, like that would mean we would be able to pretty much almost go to every race.
Yeah,
like,
that would be
like instead of just a couple
cool.
here and there. No guilt trip or anything, but I mean like $1 a month from everybody would mean an insane amount. And then some people will do $5, $10. There's some $50 and $100. There were some $100. I don't think there is anymore. I'd have to look, but yeah, man, just patreon.com. It's Patreon. Same way like Main Event Moto is all Patreon now. Steve Mathis has a Patreon, but it just goes a long way, especially for a small show like us that's trying to get to more and more races. And it's not easy, right? We have good sponsor money, and you guys supporting a sponsors keeps that coming in. But if you feel the need to sign up, and I haven't done my job of making it, giving you Patreon supporters extra. I'm supposed to do more content, and we try to do some giveaways, and I haven't done enough of that. I did just post, I think it was the interview with Josh Ellingson, which, Eli's mechanic, that I wrote the article on Racer X. Mm-hmm. I posted the audio, and there was a lot of extra stuff in that. And I need to do that more often. I need to do some more special stuff, and I'm working on it, man, just trying to find the time. But we try to make it worthwhile. and it means a lot for those that do support us. And if you feel the need, man, or feel the want, we would love for you to go jump on there and give us $1 a month or $5 a month, man.
Just $1, man. Hey, big man, let me hold the dollar.
That's it. It's just let me hand that dollar. Hold that dollar.
Okay,
go ahead.
So there was a suggestion: drop the review show and build and do your own thing, and don't live in the shadows. Drop the review show, like the wrap-up show.
Oh, okay.
Drop the wrap-up show and build and do your own thing and don't live in the shadows. And then Jake said review show pays.
Yeah, boy.
Foley was like, that was rude.
No, man, it's fun.
And then it just kind of was, they were kind of going back and forth. And then it was like, the guy was saying, I never heard of Pulp and Megs being a sideshow for another podcast. And then they were saying that this isn't a sideshow. I don't know. It's just kind of, it's just a little bit.
So is this somebody new that's
no?
Watching,
it was Robert Gowdy.
Oh yeah. Oh, I see. No, he definitely is a supporter of the show. So
yeah, it was just kind of funny. They were going back. They were all going back and forth.
I think I see what he's saying, right? I mean, there are people that like, dude, you can do your own thing. You don't need Pulp, but yeah, I mean, Steve pays me not a ton, but being a regular guy like everybody else probably watching. Every dollar counts for me, man, and what Steve pays me helps me out a ton.
Yeah.
He's helped me get my foot in the door more so than I was before. And Steve does a lot, like, you know, you hear him talk shit, right, on the show sometimes. He kind of gives me a hard time, but he does so much for me off the air, man, and helps me out. And, like, you know, if you listen to Monday night, he invited me to come out to do the Lamborghini thing that he's doing when he's renting the track out. Like, the guy really does. He's a good dude. I don't feel like maybe I am in the shadows a little bit, but
it'll happen in time.
He's helped me a lot with questions I have about things I'm doing. And it's a gig like Matt Weeds, right? If you're paying, I'm saying, well, I mean, if he's going to pay me to do it, dude, I need that income, and it helps.
Hopefully,
it really
what kind of goes back to saying is if we can grow this, y'all can help us grow this more, then, you know, eventually that stuff. Oh,
and again, he gives me shit for saying Moto X-Pod show on the wrap-up, but when we first talked about doing it, and 3 years ago or whatever it was, he's like, yeah, man, you could kind of mention your own show, and like that's helped because Pulp listeners, there are Pulp listeners that are like, I didn't really know you actually had a podcast. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was the Pony Pod. It was a joke. So
no, we're here.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it's something that the wrap-up show and Pulp has really helped me out. So I'm not ready to go away from it. If I didn't need the money, I might, because the time is the big thing. Not being in the shadows, it's the time that it takes. It's insane how much time it takes to do the wrap-up show
it's
for
crazy.
me with a regular job. I think I've said it many, many times, but if there's somebody new listening, we'll be done with this show here. It's 8 o'clock now, local time. We'll be done in 15, 20 minutes, and I'll be up till midnight prepping for the wrap-up because it takes forever to pull that audio just because I have to find it, I have to cut it, I have to reformat it. Anyway. You had something else?
Oh, Desi wanted to know if you've got the yellow lucids yet. The something yellow lucids.
Oh, like as in the goggle color yellow. I don't.
So far ago.
I need to place another order.
I'd have to.
No, that's fine. I think we talked about getting some. No, I need to place an order, Desi. Yeah, I need to do that, and I'll do that probably next week. I need to order some more stuff because I only have one pair of lucids left, a white pair. Because I don't think I sold those at Swan. No, I didn't sell them. So I think I only have. Now I have a couple. Ooh, you know what? Desi, email me. Email the Moto X-Pod.
Flow yellow.
Okay. Email the Moto X-Pod show at gmail.com again because I might have a yellow pair. I don't remember. I have to look. I got to look in my box. Yeah, that's what she said. So yeah, hit me up. I'll look. Anyway, I'll look, but if not, I'll get some.
Did Foley? He said he was pro pony, and he offered to buy you a bike if you didn't cut it.
Okay. All right, Foley. Well, it's too late now.
Well, he said he did. He said he offered.
Yeah, I think he did. I don't know that I really believed him. And I think I'd already said yes. I'd already agreed to the deal. Hey, speaking of Foley, and I don't know if Garrett's still on. Garrett won our name, the head back there, Gwendolyn Renee. And Foley's going to give him a couple Cherubies t-shirts and a hat. So if you're listening,
he's still on.
Garrett, email me or text me your shirt sizes. So we'll get you hooked up. Foley's going to take care of you. But so congrats to Garrett. What we left at?
He said yes. Foley said yes. I would have bought him a toy moto though.
Oh yeah, that's what exactly.
Like one of the ones on your.
Yeah. You know what? We got to give this thing away. I don't know what camera you get on. I still have this. I was about to say Austin Forkner, Aaron Plessinger, full scale or not full scale. What's scale is this thing, man? This toy from Supercross, the Feld Supercross toy. It's the full size one, or not full size. You know, wish it was full size because I'd be out. I'd probably go leave right now and go ride it. I don't know what scale this is, but it's the big toy that they promote on Supercross. I have the Aaron Plessinger one that he signed. We need to give this away next week, or maybe we'll get AP on.
Oh, there you go.
We'll try to get AP on, and we may give this thing away next week. May do it on YouTube, try to get some more YouTube listeners. So if you're listening to this post, yeah, if you want this legitimately autographed Aaron Plessinger toy for your collection, we're going to give it away next week. What else we got? Anything?
Man, that's pretty much it, you know.
Yeah. Racer X, guys, go subscribe if you don't already. My second issue just came out, my second article in Racer X, my 10-second with Joseph Allen. I am writing, I wrote one on Logan Carnow that'll be out on the next issue. And Thursday night, I'm writing one on Sean Brennan from Feld.
Moving on up, man.
You know, one of these days, man, I'm going to have higher ceilings. Higher ceilings. I mean, these are only, I only have
this is pretty standard.
Yeah, they're only 5 foot tall.
Ceilings?
I'm joking.
Yeah, I'm about to say you're like 6'3", so your head you'd have a
I'm just
you'd have a little head mark all the way through the ceiling.
It's a dumb joke. It was dumb. Dumb. All right, we're gonna wrap this thing up because I got nothing left to talk. I don't know what to talk about. Cherubies USA and Race Tech are title and co-title sponsors.
I do have something I wanted to ask you.
Let me read the sponsors and you can ask me. Cherubies USA. Follow them on Instagram. Support them at CherubiesUSA.com. Race Tech. Go to racetech.com. Use promo code MotoXPod. I asked Checkers today if that worked. If the code works like at your local service center for Race Tech. And he said some will accept it. Most do, but they don't have to. So if you're wherever you are, you find your local Race Tech service center, hit them up, and they may be willing to take that MotoXPod show discount code so you can get your oil change, get your service work done, or revalving or whatever you want to do. Fly Racing, go to your local WPS dealer, ask for flyracing.com, as well as X brand goggles, all distributed through WPS. Works Connection, guys, pro launch start device. It's really the elite. It's it's what everybody uses. It's what Jet Lawrence just won his championship with. Works Connection products. Hit them up. Use promo code MotoXPod20 to save. Start device, elite clutch perch, radiator braces, all those good stuff. Torque One Racing, that commercial, if you're listening to post, you heard Scotty's new commercial. I want to hear your thoughts on that on our email. He kind of started off sad. He had me in tears, and then boom, it kicks in. It's pretty rad. Torque One Racing. Our Jerky, promo code MotoXPod21. Berm Lords Graphics and Jersey ID. If you want some graphics for your bike, you want to sweeten it up, you want to get your jerseys lettered, graphics at bermlords.com. Shock Socks, Williams Motorworks, Extreme Colors, Blood Lubricant Oil Lines. The Barracuda line is out now. Multiple weights, better protection. If you put your drain bolt in, better performance, and it lasts longer. Promo code MotoX. Grill your ass off. Promo code MotoXPod. You guys like to cook?
I tried it after we left the show. I went and tried it. I tried the Ma Deuce. Very good, dude. Very, very good.
Yeah. So last night I was watching Pulp and I got hungry around 10 o'clock our time again. Man, I want something to eat. I didn't really have anything to heat up. I'm just going to do some ramen noodles. And I dumped in the Claymore Cajun seasoning.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, my God. It was good. So good. Power Band Racing, True Fusion Sports. That's our sponsors. Support them, please. What you got? What was your question?
Okay, so, and Caroli is doing the first 2 rounds of outdoors, correct?
Yeah, he's in for the first 2 for sure.
Okay. What percentage chance do you think of him winning a moto?
Oh, him winning a moto? %45.
Okay, I like that. That's probably where I put myself. Okay, now extend it. If let's say he does the 2 races and he's like first or second in points, does he stay?
I don't know that he. Well, yeah. I don't know if he can.
You think KTM's like, oh crap, we're in a points lead? Like,
yeah, sure. Why
you're
not?
Staying.
Yeah, he'll stay. Sure, why not? He
so,
wants, and then, he wants to race them all.
Do we know anything more about the hurling situation?
He's supposed to be back on a bike this week or maybe next, and yeah, just depends on how he's feeling, I guess.
But if he's feeling good, then he will come.
That's
kind
the
of
plan.
Thing?
That's what I hear.
That'll be. I think that'll be interesting. I think that'll
be interesting.
Because I've been watching the.
You think? Can I play the idiot drop again? I'm just giving you a hard time.
But I've been watching the
Don't
MXG.
start crying, Scotty. Come on, man.
I wasn't.
I'm gonna check and see if you got any more money.
I was watching the MXGP and it's kind of boring without them in it.
Yeah. Nope. Still $15.
Yeah.
Tragic Scotty on GoFundMe.
GoFundMe, Tragic Scotty.
I don't know, man. I did the GoFundMe when I was moving. Remember? Because
I'm really
when
not.
Amorites
I
went up,
really don't like. I know they were all making fun of me and stuff, but it's not like I'm really like that
I know.
counting on it. Like it would be cool
dude,
if anybody wants to help
didn't
me.
like
I will never not take help.
I didn't
I'm not
like
that
asking
person
either. Like I didn't want to ask, but I was in a bind trying to buy a house and stuff, and people hooked me up. So yeah, I mean, I didn't get $8,000, but
I don't know why he put it that high. It makes me look like I'm greedy.
it's funny. Yes, I'll say that. Okay. Anyway, all right, let's wrap this thing up. That's it. We'll be back next week. I know Colt Nichols is locked in. Don't know about him, and I think Scott TJ might be back because he's.
Yeah, May 4th.
Ooh, May the 4th be with you. Star Wars. Dun, dun, dun.
All right, the show's over.
Star Wars is cooler than golf.
Right.
Don't start. We're out.
Okay.